Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, they're here. Let's dig on into this. Happy Monday! Slam that like button because we have the entire Doremi Code archetype for you guys this morning. The full musical Pendulum deck has been revealed. And of course, they're all magical girls. Oh man, I can't wait for Triff's review on these. So, I just realized that the set ID is D-bag, by the way. Alright, so Pendulum scale 8 on our level 1. Your Doremichord Pendulum monster's Pendulum summon cannot be negated. Well, shucky darn! I like this! Alright, so this card is no more special summon. You can add a Doremichord or Doremichord Pendulum monster. Redeck your hand except for the Doremichord Cutea. Alright, and Cutie here says, if you have an even Pendulum skill in your Pendulum zone, your Doremichord Pendulum monsters you control gain 100 attack times the Pendulum scale total you control times 100. Alright, I'll take that. It's actually not bad. We got our searcher. Doremichord. Huh. This feels kind of fate go-y. Like we have the main character here in like a little chibi version of them. Alright. So, same thing here. Pendulum scale 7, level 2. Your Pendulum summon cannot be negated. Yeah! Alright, so if there's a Doremichord card in your Pendulum zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. Extender, baby! Alright, Electromite just got a whole lot better. Alright. If you have an odd number Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone, any Doremichord Pendulum monster you control will be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can destroy this card instead of one of that card or cards. Self-replacement effect? Alright. And it beams itself out. That's what we care about. Alright? Free real estate. Alright, our level 3 here. Doremichord Altea. Huh. This one's not as exciting for art, but alright, I feel it still. Pendulum scale 6. Your Pendulum summon cannot be negated once again. If this card is no more special summon, you can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls, return it to the hand. Standard clause. There's always got to be that one card in these archetypes that's got to do with spell and trap. I understand it. And if you have an even-numbered Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone, you take no battle damage from battles involving your Doremichord Pendulum monsters you control. Alright. Fire. Alright, yellow hair and red. Alright, interesting. And she's got a midriff. Sensor inbound? I hope not. Alright, so, Doremichord Fancia. So, same thing here, your Pendulum summon cannot be negated. Alright, no negates for you. During your main phase, you can take one Doremichord Pendulum monster from your deck, except for herself, and place it face up in the extra deck. Huh, it's like we just took Electromite's effect and went, we can stick it on over here. Alright. If you have an odd number Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone, and your Doremichord or Doremichord Pendulum monster you control will be destroyed by battle, you can destroy this card instead. We have another replacement effect here. That's on a 1600, by the way. Alright, so, we got a nice little change of effect here. She looks like she'd be a dark monster, by the way, because of the dark notes, but she's actually water. That's interesting. So I think everything above the, the level 5 line will have the different effect. So when you Pendulum summon a Doremichord Pendulum monster, your opponent can activate monster effects or spell and trap cards. Alright? If this card is almost special summon, you can add your spell or trap card Doremi cards from your deck to your hand. And if you have an even number Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone, and your Pendulum monster, Doremichord, and its name attacks, your opponent can activate monster effects till the end of the damage step. Ancient Gear Claws, baby! Alright. The Doremichord Angelia. This is probably one of my favorite arts, by the way. I really do like this one. Fire, level 6. Alright, during your main phase, you contribute one Doremichord Pendulum monster. And if you do, special summon one Doremichord Pendulum monster with a different Pendulum scale that is 2 higher or 2 lower than the tributed monsters from the deck, except for Doremichord Angelia. If you have an odd number Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone, your Doremichord Pendulum monster attacks, your opponent can activate spell trap cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Alright! More jamming. Also, anybody else notice this deck's got like everything? Like, Monster Searcher, Spell and Trap Card Searcher, Pendulum Proof from being not negated, uninterruptible summons, This is a lot going on here. Like, they gave us everything. They're like, all right, you guys want everything? Take it. All right? Let's see here. So, Doremichord Butea. Huh. Is this... She's supposed to be a mommy? Interesting. All right. So, when you would Pendulum summon, same thing. Your opponent can activate monster spell or trap cards. All right. Quick effect. You target one effect monster your opponent controls. During this turn, if this card would leave the field, banish it. If you have an even number Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone, target one face-up spell trap card your opponent controls instead. So, when this leaves the field, so that means if I link off with it, all right, value. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, when this card battles a monster with an attack that is equal to or higher than your lowest Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone times 300, you can destroy that card. I don't really feel like that's needed, but this is interesting. And then the big, bad, cool boss monster we got yesterday, I'm just going to go back over this. When you Pendulum summon a Doremichord Pendulum monster, opponent can activate monster or spell trap cards. All right. So you can special summon this card from your hand by attributing 2 Pendulum monsters, by the way. I think that's very important here. You can target one face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the opponent's turn. If you have an odd Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone, you can target 2 cards instead. All right. When the effect of a monster on the field with attack less than or equal to the 300 times the highest Pendulum scale in your Pendulum zone is activated, you can negate that card. Now, my qualm with this yesterday was you don't get the ability to negate it, you get to destroy it. All right, so I really wish they would have done a whole lot more buffering in that regard. But straight out of the floodgate here, all of these cards have been absurdly busted. We're not even at the spells and traps yet. We got a Lone Fire, a double Rhoda. All right. And I haven't noticed that the scales, there's been no scale manipulation so far in the monsters, which I hope that the spells and traps will kind of fix that problem a little bit here. So, Doremichord scale. Alright, so hopefully it will do something for us. Apply these effects in sequence according to the number of Doremichord Pendulum monster cards you control at different names. Okay. So, you control, by the way. Monster cards you can... Okay. So 3 or more, return 1 card in your Pendulum zone to your hand. If you do, place 1 Doremichord Pendulum monster from your face-up extra deck in your Pendulum zone. That doesn't feel very good. 5 or more, special summon a Doremichord Pendulum monster from your hand, so it's an extender. Or 7, destroy all face-up cards your opponent controls. This feels a little bit lackluster, I'm not gonna lie. At least the 3 effect will be semi-achievable. But, I don't know. Alright, Harmonia. Alright, I love this art, by the way. We're automatically off to a good start here. I approve of this. And this is our field spell, by the way. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Alright. So, select and activate one of these effects. You can only select these effects of Doremichord Harmonia once per turn each. What? So you can add a Doremichord Pendulum monster from your face-up extra deck to your hands. We have recurability there. You have 1 Doremichord in your Pendulum scale, gain scales equal to its level till the end of this turn. Alright. If you control 3 or more Doremichord monsters with different card names and have an odd number of Pendulum scale, or that you have an even number of Pendulum scales, you can destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. Huh. And we can do this each and every turn. That's pretty cool. Alright. Doremichord Musica. Alright. Ooh. So, we have 2 traps here. Alright, so, select and activate these effects based on the Pendulum scale of the Doremichord monsters you control. So, an odd number. Special summon 1 Doremichord Pendulum monster with an odd number Pendulum scale from face of your extra deck. Even number, special summon 1 Doremichord monster with an even number Pendulum scale from your face-up extra deck. Alright. So we get an even number and an odd number special summon. Both odd and even target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. Huh. And then we have Doremichord Formal. Alright, I'm loving this whole concept here. So when your opponent activates a monster effect or a spell and trap card and you control a Doremichord card in your Pendulum zone, Shuffle one Pendulum monster from your face-up extra deck and apply one of these effects. Pendulum monster. Monsters you control are unaffected by opponent's card effects. Cards in your Pendulum skill cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, or cards in your Pendulum zone cannot be banished by your opponent's effects. Alright, you get all of those. Huh! Interesting. It doesn't actually formally negate anything, it just protects your scales. That's interesting. And then Wavering Eyes is getting a reprint. Huh! Not a lot to say about this. They gave this archetype a lot of good cards. And even like the field spell's got some cool stuff going on with it. So I will leave Triff to the formal analyzation for this. I'm in love with the art. I think this field spell is absolutely hilarious with the art. But what do you guys think about these awesome new cards? Make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss out on excellent content. And I'll see you guys back here later on the day for some more excellent content. Peace out, guys. Have a good rest of your morning. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.